So my last one is,
And as far as those cars memberships, they charge money, but Thrifty does not.
okay, no, Budget does not.
Oh, it does not?
Avis does not.
Oh, really?
None of them. National doesn't.
They're really pretty cool.
Charge for what? For membership to their, walk.
So you're gonna do
Yeah,
the
they only
train, but
charge
not
if
the
you
cruise.
have their credit
That's where you're
card.
at now.
But if you just join their, all you're doing is telling them ahead of time
Who you are.
your driver's
better buy a ticket
license,
to Calgary.
your insurance, what you
Now, you
prefer,
don't
do you
miss
like
that.
these
You
kind
miss
of
the
cars,
whole
those
train.
kind of cars. Exactly.
It's not the difference if you're like a USA
Yeah.
member, an AOPA, or an NRA, or anything.
Well, if you do that, then there's a discount code something along the way.
Right.
But I just wondered if anyone was better than the others.
Well, USAA has pretty good deals, and Costco.
Has good deals too.
Has pretty good
So
deals.
in Costco does much better with the one-way rental. But
Oh, really?
I still find better deals on Budget and Avis with us than on Costco. Because Costco deals with Budget, they don't really deal with Avis, they deal with Enterprise
Right.
and somebody else.
Yeah, USAA does Hertz.
So, I mean, everybody does kind of everything, so just, all you can do is
I
just
never
keep
even thought
checking.
of Costco.
You just keep checking, okay?
Tell you what though, Tina, you go to the airport and you look at all the rental car counters, and Dollar's always got a huge line.
Yeah.
There's certain rental companies that have a huge line, that must be the cheapest, I'm thinking.
Old Dollar always treated me fine.
But I get cars out of Budget for $15 a day.
But if you call Americans Link to Budget, as opposed to calling Budget directly,
You're not calling anybody, you're doing it online, you're going through.
it's always a better deal through Americans Link as opposed to calling
Yep.
them direct.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
You can try it, but you're not calling them, you're going on our retiree site, you go to travel, and then you scroll down until you see rent-a-car, okay? Now, we do have options in other areas that you can get Hertz and you can get all these other things, but they are not the deals that you get with the Avis and Budgets, they just aren't. Now, you might be able to get better deals through
Yeah.
your
USAA
other,
or Costco
yes,
or
through
something
your
like
other
that.
things,
Right.
but I'm just saying, on our site, okay?
You know, one other thing that I've noticed once in a while is the smallest car isn't always the best deal.
No.
A lot of times I'll see a real loss leader down in the bigger cars.
So, but having said that, when you do it this way, if you're doing it on your phone, it's set up this way, and the least expensive is always the first one.
Oh, okay.
Always the first one. If you're doing it like on an iPad or bigger, they give
Or
you a
grid,
graph
right.
and a grid, and it doesn't necessarily tell you until you scroll down. It might be the pickup truck that's on the second page, but it will tell you the least expensive after the grid.
But this always gives you the cheapest
Always
first.
gives you the cheapest first, and it does it by dollar amount. Okay?
You get a Mercedes or something that's outrageous what they're charging.
Well, yeah.
It is. Like $150 a
You
day.
know, which you'd insist on.
Sure.
Not for that.
Okay,
I'll
and
take a Ford.
the last thing I have, if you're cruisers or not, but this is a fun site to go to. It's vacationstogo.com, and it kind of mimics the Google Flights in that everybody's represented. You can pick whatever flight you want, whatever ship you want, however you want to go. You can compare it. Go back to their site, whoever their site is,
Oh, are they up there?
and find out
Yeah.
if they're offering the same thing or if you can get it.
Oceana,
Now, having
first
said that,
Oceana.
you can go and see where the big arrow is. You can get an interline discount, not on every trip, but on most of them. And sometimes, look at this. So this was just an example I was looking at. Okay, this is the trip. It's a gorgeous trip. Brochure, $34,649. They're not selling it for that. That's what's posted. They're never selling it for that. So
That's for the lotto winners.
Yeah. So if you haven't looked up the interline rate, this is what this site would show you is our suite, and what they mean is vacationstogo.com is $5,999. That's what everybody else in the world would pay for it, is essentially $6,000. But because you're an interline, and this is offered on the interline part, they are giving it to you for $3,200.
A heck of a deal.
Wow.
Okay?
When you say it's being offered on the interline part, you just go to this website though and you can tell them.
You have to select interline.
Oh, okay.
You have to select interline.
Okay.
So what you would do is when it comes up, fill in what you want, find all this stuff, find your perfect trip, and then hit the interline part and see if it's available interline. Or have a fuse it and see if it's available interline. Or if you only want interline, and this is a drastic one. A lot of times it's only $40. You know, not that much. Not that much.
How does that compare to Dark Hall?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea. None.
Dark Hall's a big interline.
Okay.
Yeah, we've looked at
So
that
I
site.
haven't done
They're
that.
good.
So this is a 16-night trip for $3,200.
Does that vary with, like, it goes tomorrow, where they say they have like
There you
a
go.
lot of open space, and tomorrow, and they adjust it that
We've used
quickly?
that site.
So right now it's limited, all of them are limited availability. There's only so many cabins. And they're trying to sell them.
But you pick a date and then it will let you know if that price is available, is that correct? Is that the way it goes in the end?
This cruise only leaves on March 6th.
Oh, okay,
Okay?
yeah.
What country is that?
And it's
So-
coming up soon, that's why it's discounted so much.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
they haven't filled it out.
Yeah. It's like any
what
other.
Vacations to Go is really good at is their 90-day ticker is what they call it. But that doesn't mean that you can't book out in advance.
677 messages.
So anyway.
I got 4,000.
I got 89,000 today. We can't even get to them.
Well, if you open that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I couldn't erase them faster. I was rushing them on to it.
Okay, so the only thing you have to do with Vacations to Go is just give them your email. They don't sell it. I've never had anything remotely associated that they have sold my email. They're very protective about it. And so let's just say this is one that came up. This is cruise. So you can sign up for Riverboat, you can sign up for Safari, which if you're doing Safari, you have to talk to me first. You don't do them Safari because I can get you a better deal on a private one than they can with 20 people. Okay? So I'm just gonna hit this one. It's Norwegian, I understand it. But I'm trying to show you what it comes up like. So these are the Norwegian Cruise Line promotions. There's so many of them, they need a month to month. So let's just say now till
Forget to bring a covered dish.
March. Here you go. You've got Asia, Bahamas, all of these. The idea is get in there and just play with it. My girlfriend and I, we can tell when each other's are bored because all we do is send them a number. Like, go look at this trip.
Now, do you have to do the same thing with this one as clearing out your browser and cookies?
No, this one doesn't. This one doesn't. They don't do the cookies on this. This is just straight out.
And when
No, probably not, because you're always their friend in this one, I think.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so they don't change anything.
And just for somebody who's more computer savvy, when you clear out your cookies in your browsing history, I was trying to do this last night on Internet Explorer, there were a bunch of check boxes that I was afraid of which ones I'd check, otherwise I'd lose all my sign-ins.
And you will, so you have to watch that with your
Okay.
sign-ins.
So which ones do I not check?
I don't know, because I always sign in every time.
It's a
Well,
password,
it actually,
password memory.
and it depends on the browser,
Mhm.
how the clearing works, but you're gonna lose a lot of stuff that you
So
use
go to
all the
another
time.
In any
browser.
Yeah.
Right.
Son, go to another browser, go to Chrome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have
or somebody,
three different browsers on my computer, and when I'm looking for garbage, you know, like this, I go to use one specific one. That way I erase everything on that one and save my